Hey everybody, this is Zippo from Renegade Death Squad, bringing to you some mag action. I'm playing Raven, attacking the Valor Domination map, and there you're going to see green smoke, and both APCs pull back. Let me tell you folks right now, that is absolutely vital to sustaining an attack. Those APC drivers basically, you have to understand, APCs are a mobile spawning point. And that's what you need to regard them as. They are a mobile spawning point. They are not an offensive weapon. They are a spawn point that is mobile. If you keep that in mind and keep the APCs safe, keep repair kits with you. Make sure that they stay up as long as possible and put them in places that are not going to get shot at by the turrets on top of the bunkers. If you could do that, you can keep those things up as long as possible. You can sustain a much more aggressive attack because you can spawn much quicker than the enemy can. You can get closer to the objectives than the enemy can. And that's absolutely important when you're trying to attack, is that you need to have the speed advantage. All right, I'm going to take out a couple of guys here. Now, this is kind of frustrating. I know Mac, who is the squad leader here, a really excellent player, better than I am, in fact. And unfortunately, he doesn't even have the AAA Fragode at this point. Our attack is pretty much at the AAA, but he's still got the cooling towers Fragode, which no one really attacks the cooling towers to begin with. It's kind of silly to try to go after those first. Usually you want to go after the bunker or the AAA first, and I'm going to take out 3 guys with my pistol. I always hate getting killed by pistols, so I love it when I get to kill other people with a pistol, right? Isn't that how it goes? Anyway, so I'm taking out this bunker here, and you'll notice that I run away from it, flip around, and try to make sure no one is disarming my plant. And I get 3 kills just doing that. So let that be a lesson to both attackers and defenders. If you are attacking a bunker and you plant, turn around and go defend your plant. Because someone's bound to come around and try to disarm that thing. Now, if you are a defender and you get your bunker planted on, try not to just panic. Don't just, try to run back there and go take it down. You have got to remember that there may be somebody still around trying to defend that plant. You need to take them out first before you go and disarm that. So if you can, I know sometimes you can't spawn in time and you have to make a rush at it, but if you can, if you got time, try to kill the guy that set the charge, and that will help you out immensely. Alright, here you'll notice that I have this dead guy, and I revive him instead of just taking the AAA out myself. It's a small little selfish act that actually probably ends up making a lot of time for us, because by me picking him up, that was the last charge that ever had to be planted at this AAA. And all I did was I went and picked him up first, and then I went and helped guard against him getting killed. And that's really, really important. Don't just go and try to take, I see people go up and they see a dead guy laying there on the ground next to the AAA or an objective, and instead of picking up their friend, instead of picking up the blue dot, they go and try to take the objective themselves and plant the charge first, and then pick them up. And that's ridiculous. Don't do that, okay? Because all you're going to do is get yourself killed. Whoever killed the guy, is probably still around and is ready to kill you. So you're just going to end up getting killed. And that's never fun. You don't want to die, right? Alright. So finally, squad leader's got on the ball. He's got something fragoed, and it's this sensor array on the other side of the map. Okay, Mac. Not calling out anybody here, but don't quite know what you're doing there, buddy. So anyway, I went and set these charges at this mortar battery, because the mortar battery, I think, is probably the first thing. Once you get the front line down, the mortar battery is the next big primary objective. So much so, in fact, that a lot of people actually do what we call ninja, which is you go back behind enemy lines with your sensor jammer, and you just try to take out as much stuff from the backside as possible. Those mortar batteries do a lot of damage. So if you can take out the mortar batteries, even while you're sustaining your frontal attack on just the bunkers, you can really make it a lot easier to take out your bunkers, because you don't have this mortar barrage to always be concerned about. Alright. One thing I wanted to point out about my loadout here is that you'll notice that it's different than my other first two videos in that I have a medic kit instead of having the foregrip on my gun. I lose a little bit of the recoil stability, but what I do is I gain the advantage of being able to pick up my friends because I'm in close quarters. I am about to be surrounded by red dots. And the only way I can possibly survive being surrounded by red dots is if I have a ton of blue dots around me, okay? I need to constantly be picking up my friends, and my squad mates, and my teammates to ensure that I just went down right there. You saw how I went down? And immediately I get picked up. That's because I picked someone up first. He went and killed the guy that killed me, and then after he was done killing that guy, he came and picked me up. That's the way that you take an objective and you hold it when you're attacking. Because you cannot spawn close enough to the objective to really keep the objective. You don't have the distance advantage. So by continually picking up your squad mates, what you're doing is you're maintaining your force that has a presence in the objective. You need to have that. Because, I mean, I died there and already, you know, because I had to run back from the spawn, my squad mates are all dead, objectives G and H are taken back, and I've got to come back and mow these people out again. You know, over and over. See, they've got G and H, and it's because we've lost our foothold in here. We don't have enough blue dots in here to take them out. I go on a pretty good run here. I don't know if it's this particular. I went on a lot of good runs in this game. I think I ended up like 44 and 28. But you'll see that I'm constantly picking people up. It seems like such a small thing to be doing, but I put picking up blue dots higher on the priority list than even killing anybody. And I do that because even if it's one of those situations where it looks completely lost, there's no hope that one guy that I pick up. See here, I'm even getting shot at, and I'm picking up two other blue dots. No regard for my own life. I'm just going and trying to pick up guys. And that helps us sustain this force. Ultimately, this becomes completely demoralizing to the defense because we consistently have G and H. We're constantly holding it down with just a few of us. And it's like a brick wall that they just keep running into. The same guys over and over keep coming in and killing everybody. And every time that you go down, it seems like you're back up before they can even blink. That's obviously a big advantage morally because, how many guys really want to run into a building only to get shot by the same 2 or 3 guys over and over and over again? It seems like, where's my team? Where's my squad? How come I can't get any help? And ultimately, morale's not a huge impact on this game, but I think it does have something to do with it. If you are consistently getting killed and never have anybody else coming to pick you up, that just feels like, God, what is the rest of my squad doing? So here we are, working as a team. We've got, 4 or 5, maybe 6 guys just holding down this one objective. So much so that we're even pushing them all the way back to the ladder that they would come up into. This is what we call a choking point. They have to come up this ladder in order to... I ran out of bullets, so I tried to chase this guy down. Running out of bullets is never fun. But by maintaining this small force that consistently pick each other up all the time, a smaller group of guys have the ability to hold off large quantities of people. So much so that I'm even picking them off as they're coming out of their spawn, for crying out loud. That's how far advanced we are. And we're just holding G and H like it's nothing. Now, one of the things that they could do, because we're so far advanced and so far forward, they're not flanking. And that's something that I think that the defense should have done in this particular case, is they could have gone around our backs and flanked us. And up ahead here, you'll see that one guy is smart enough that he actually does flank us. And he almost gets G all by himself. Literally one guy. See that guy right there? That guy right there managed to get down two of my squad mates and almost take G all by himself. If I hadn't turned around and looked for that guy, he would probably have had it. But because I had, some awareness of the situation, I kind of picked up on it. I'm just going kamikaze. I'm getting a little cocky here. I end up dying there. But just constantly picking up your blue dots when you're holding these objectives, I cannot possibly stress enough. And I hope I stress that enough. Get yourself a medikit. Make sure you put it in your loadouts, because when you're trying to hold objectives like that, you're going to win if everyone in your squad has that same strategy. This has been Xipooo from Renegade Death Squad. I hope you enjoyed this movie and learned something.